I love the concept of hacking. I think we all do, really. We'd love to be those 90s action film characters who type stupidly fast on the keyboard while the screen is practically ablaze with codes and symbols. However, I suppose there's two reasons why I haven't gone into hacking. Firstly because, well, I just don't understand it. I mean, I don't understand the concept of coding. I don't even use command codes online. I mean, how am I supposed to hack into the Pentagon and steal important information if I don't even know where the tilde key is? And secondly, because it's illegal under the USC Act 1030-18 of 1986. How do I know this? Because the tutorial told me right before I hacked into a complete stranger's computer without a second thought. This is Hacknet. This is a game. Technically a hacking simulator, but a game nonetheless. According to its website, Hacknet includes real hacking based on actual Unix commands, and focuses on real hacking, not the Hollywood-style version of it. This creates a truly immersive experience and puts players right in the thick of trying to break through firewalls. And in the thick of it is definitely the right phrase, because, oh well, look at this screenshot. It's terrifying for anyone who hasn't played this game or knows anything about this kind of thing. In fact, I'm going to say this now before anyone gets upset. If you do understand Unix commands, this game promises that you'll have a better experience. Team Fractal Alligator, the developer of the game and owner of probably the coolest company name in the world, mentions many times on his page that you can quite easily take full control and explore the game for yourself. However, I can't do that, so I'm just probably going to follow instructions like a normal person. The game starts with you signing into your computer. I'm not joking, this is your profile creation for the game. Now that's what I call immersive. As soon as you start, you're greeted by a message from someone who calls himself Bit, who's already dead but still needs some help. Damn, this must be serious if the ghosts of hackers are asking strangers for help. And this is the tutorial section for the game. It's by no means tricky. In fact, it's actually really exciting, because you're taught the screen layout and what commands to type for each scenario. This is the main window, this is the map, so I suppose that green thing is me. This is the memory window, this is the command window where I do most of my work. And this is where I ran into my first issue. If you're thinking about playing Hacknet, take some advice. Get a piece of paper and a pen and write everything the tutorial says down. Write as much as you can, preferably in your own words. Look, here's mine. This is all the code that I've written along during the tutorial, because as soon as it tells you once, it assumes you've remembered it. After the tutorial, instructions aren't always very clear at first. In fact, there are a few ways to check back to see if you've forgotten something, like I did every 10 minutes, but they're just way too cumbersome. Firstly, you can type help into the command terminal and it will give you a glossary of the commands, which is fine, but obviously they don't tell you what to do in tough situations. Secondly, as the game goes on, you're offered these notes that give you quick and easy advice and even instructions on what to do. But the problem with that is that you can't keep them there throughout the game. You see that RAM bar up there? That's almost full because my computer memory is full of notes. I need the RAM to bypass the computer's security, but I need the notes to tell me what to do after I've bypassed the security. Do you see the problem here? Do you see why I wrote everything down? Anyway, after the tutorial, Bit explains that we need to get in touch with a hacking group called Entropy and become a member. You have to, of course, jump through a few hoops before you can work for them, and this is where things get tricky, because without Bit's help and guidance, you're essentially left with the old emails Bit left you in the hope that you remembered all the mechanics. Hacknet has this strange habit of going on without telling you enough about anything, so throughout the game I have nothing but questions. Who are we? Why did Bit choose us? How come hacking is surprisingly simple after taking over several computers? Whose computers are we hacking into? Why do people keep reminding me to delete the log files and cover my tracks? Why do I need to cover my tracks? Why are they obsessed? I like this simulation, I really do. It feels like I'm the one in control. I'm the one stealing all the important data. I like the fact that it sometimes doesn't give me clear instruction and I have to work it out like some sort of backward puzzle. But when you're not doing that, you're just doing the same thing over and over again. By the way, have I mentioned the music yet? There's something fascinating about how driving it is with its upbeat tempo, but without being too distracting for the game itself. You are literally coding to music, and it's really damn cool.
Now, a question you're probably asking yourself is, can you actually lose this game? Can you actually fail at hacking? To a certain degree, yes. At the beginning, it's really hard to lose, but to me, this happened at a particular point when you reached a boss level, if you'd like to call it that.
His name is Nakes, I think, and he's stolen a great deal of internal data from Microsoft Inc., and it's up to me to steal it back. So I do the normal thing. I get his IP address, attempt to hack into his computer, but then... oh god, what is that? A timer? I have to type fast! So, as fast as I can, I open the ports, find the data, download it, and I almost make it in time. And I remember the golden rule, I cover my tracks. I disconnect it, and it looks like I made it, and then... Wait, what? What's that? Ah! Blue screen! Blue screen! Blue screen! Help! Okay, technically this isn't a game over screen, and it's still part of the plot. I looked at what happens when you fail, and as far as I'm aware, it's fairly similar, but to be honest, seeing this was punishing enough. Hacknet doesn't just do immersion, it thrives on immersion. Imagine seeing this for the first time, unsure if you're still playing a game or you've seriously ruined your PC. It's really terrifying.
And I think that's about it I can really say about Hacknet. There really isn't an awful lot to go on, which really makes this game quite hard to review. Hacknet isn't a bad game. It's incredibly immersive, and you do feel incredibly engrossed into all the action that's going on. And it also does something that not an awful lot of games can do very easily. You feel like a member of that game. You feel like a character. Because of the actions that you take, you are in control of other people's lives.
But it isn't brilliant either. Way too many times did I find myself doing the same thing over and over, and only failing once. I assume it replicates hacking in real life, but as a game mechanic, it gets really tiring and repetitive really quickly. And I think that's a shame, because I don't think I've ever seen a game quite like it. We've all tampered with cheat codes and commands in games in the past, but not nearly to the extent Hacknet does.
Would I recommend this game? Well, let me show you something.
Just to show you how gripping this is, I even timed my reaction playing the game, just as I was hit by another timer. I wasn't panicking, and it was a process I've performed 100 times before, but I was still engrossed in what I was doing. I still wanted to succeed.
It's a game you can't just jump into and complete in a mere matter of hours. With all honesty, it's a game that you have to fully get immersed into this world where no computer is safe from the greatest hackers of all time, and you are one of them. Oh, that's the tilde key.